What's up, guys? This is Not Another Film Review. I'm Doobie, and today I'm joined by Fonzie and Ollie. Sam couldn't be here today, but don't worry, he'll be back. And today, we're discussing Morbius. Just get ready, because yeah, we got a lot of negative stuff to say about it. So, if you haven't seen the movie, it's up to you. If you really want to see it, go ahead and go see it, because we're going to talk heavy spoilers, but honestly, just watch this because you're just wasting your money. But anyways, let's dive into it. Who wants to go first with this one?
I'll go. I really wanted to like this movie. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of like Venom, and so when I first saw the trailer about 2 years ago now, I was like, finally, Sony's got some balls. You know, they're gonna do something a little different, and I have never been so disappointed in my life. I honestly don't even. I mean, this film was a mess, like, and that's being generous. Like, it was absolute garbage. Like, there was no plot. The characters had hardly any personality. I mean, Sony they don't know what they're doing anymore. They just need to stick to making PlayStations.
Yeah, this is top 5, maybe top 3 worst movies I've seen in a while, or probably ever. Like,
especially with such a high budget, man.
Right, and it's Marvel, so you expect a lot from it, but like, you know, it's not Marvel Disney. This is Sony.
Associated.
Yeah, associated.
It's Sony's Spider-Verse is what they're calling it. Yeah.
I mean, just when it comes to a movie, story. Like, just give me a good story.
Yeah.
Because, like, I trust the casting when it comes to actors. I mean, I'm not a fan of Jared Leto. Every film he's done, I feel like he's the same guy. When it comes to this movie, the part where I knew I was going to hate it was the very beginning. They're in a hospital, right? And he's like, oh, they're going to take care of you. This place knows what they're doing, right? He's in there day 1. And his thing malfunctions. Nurse is nowhere to be found. The kid, Morbius, right? I mean, I assume he was like 12 at the time.
12, 13, yeah.
Oh, I got this. How does he got this? I have no idea. And the movie doesn't, well, they do explain. He's just super smart out of nowhere.
He just puts a freaking pin
a spring. Yeah.
Just where a battery looks like it's supposed to go and then it works.
Saves his life. And then we cut
Nobel Prize.
Yeah, cut 20 years later, and he's coming up with a cure. That was the beginning of the movie, y'all.
But you know what was funny about the whole scene after, too, when he's accepting a reward from the president? Yeah. It doesn't even tell you what happened. The president of Sweden.
Like,
but it doesn't even like show you what really happens. Yeah. You just hear in the next scene that he denied the Nobel Prize for like medicine. Wait, then why was he there in the first place?
Yeah, we had no context for whatever was happening until like the pacing kind of became somewhat normal after he put in the serum and like became like the vampire.
That was another thing. So they go on the boat, right? They have to go to international waters because they're doing illegal stuff.
Right.
So they're working isolated and all the sailors are up, you know, playing cards or something. I'm gonna go check on the doctor.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't you automatically bring a gun? And then you go down there and it's like, what's up? Yeah.
What was the purpose? Okay, this is where I got really confused because it seems like, and I know I missed it, but it's because the plot was so terrible. Why did they have to go to sea to do that?
Because it was technically illegal what they were doing, and when you're in international waters, like you're not under like the legal jurisdiction of the United States anymore, so like you can do experimental stuff.
That's the dumbest shit ever.
Talk about things that weren't explained. his friend who also has the same disease as him.
Yeah.
How was he rich? Like I heard something about he played cards or something.
I guess because he's British, he's rich now.
Cause like
that's
here
pretty
he is,
much what they were telling us.
Where did he get it? Because he's the one who finances everything, you know. And it's like, okay, well, who? Okay, yeah, I know he's his friend. But where's this money coming from?
The story's just terrible. There's no way, if this was your best friend since birth, that because he was injected with the same thing, he would just all of a sudden want to fight his friend for no reason. Part of the movie is that he takes this serum that he creates, and that's what makes him into the bat-like creature that he is, the vampire. So his friend takes it as well, and then the next scene you see, someone is in a hospital and they're killing like a woman who's on the unit, like a nurse or something who's on the unit just randomly. If he would have taken that and taken it out of the lab, why didn't he just go kill somebody like outside or something? I just don't get it. Why would he go into a hospital and like prey on this one? It just made...
Because it's the hospital that Michael was at. That's why.
Yeah, but that makes no sense at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
It was lazy.
It's very lazy. This whole film is very, very lazy. It goes from one scene to the next. It has no sort of bridge to the next scene. No. It's very just... It's a shame, man. It's a very big disappointment.
It's so boring.
It's boring.
It's 2 hours of pretty much nothing.
The special effects, like there's like the smoke behind the characters the whole time, which makes no sense.
It could have been so cool, but it just looked like motion blur the entire time.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea what he was even doing. It was just like a ball of smoke just running.
So I put 2 and 2 together because I looked up a little bit stuff like about his origins before the movie. So at first I was like, what is the smoke around him? I didn't get it. It's air currents. He can see the air currents. That when the train comes and he's feeling the air. So Morbius can't fly, but his origin, I looked this up, he has hollow bones, he's super light, so he can fly on the wind currents, so that's what it is.
So he basically glides.
He glides, and that's why the movie was showing the air currents with this smoke, but like...
You could have explained that, have like a montage of him experimenting with it, trying to figure it out, don't just be like, oh, I can feel it now, and then just go and do it.
And it was so cringe, he's just like...
Yeah.
And dude, it lasted, and it's a slow motion scene, and it lasted for like 2 minutes. How does a slow motion scene last for 2 minutes?
It's like we know that it's a fantasy type movie, so it's not going to make sense, but it literally makes no sense. There's no current. There's no current in the subway where the train is.
Underground.
There's no currents down there at all, dude.
And then like the finale, the fight scene was lazy.
Dude, it ended in...
Bro, did y'all see what I saw?
I didn't even understand what the point of the fight was. Like, what?
Killed his friend for no reason.
Hold up. So I've never been to New York City, but I highly doubt they have hundreds of thousands of bats just chilling in the sewers.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, no, I think he was calling the bats from his lab.
That's why it took so long. Dude. Yeah. But did y'all see what I saw? Kame.
Oh yeah. Dude, so many
I
bad...
lost mine. I lost it.
Another thing is, I felt so awkward with the comedy scenes. They were supposed to... They thought it was going to be the funniest thing ever. They thought these punchlines were going to hit really good, and it just made it awkward. It looked like someone bombing on stage when they're doing like stand-up. It's like so awkward. You're just like, what?
Dude, what really got me was... I think it was right after like they came back from the boat. Martine, the girl, like comes to visit him, and he's explaining the bats, and then he opens the thing, and it's literally Batman Begins, like the music.
It was the same music.
And him standing up with the bats circling around him doing the thing, and it's just like
copy and paste.
Literally, like we saw this 15 years ago. Like how original, like,
and it wasn't even well done. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like
okay. Hold on, you just remind me of something else. So he loses his mind right when he first turns into the vampire, kills everybody except for his love. She gets, cliche, knocks out.
Yeah.
She was like, I assume she was knocked out for a couple of weeks because he goes back to the lab, he experiments, he tries to find out, okay, what can I do? And this whole entire time she's like, dude, it's like, you just hit your head. Why are you still unconscious?
Yeah.
And then, so he's a wanted man, like, well, they want him for questioning.
Right.
And he's just walking around and cops are looking for him and no one knows where he's at. And it's like, and he's walking around, it's like, does no one recognize him?
Oh, it's because he had the hood on.
Yeah, he had the hood on.
It's a perfect disguise.
I just...
Look, this movie's terrible. There's so many characters in it that literally they don't further the story at all. I feel really bad for the two cops. They were so misplaced in that movie. They
served zero purpose. Like, they didn't... The only part that they pushed the plot was getting Michael into prison.
Yeah, that was it.
So that way his friend could come visit him and drop him in blood. And give him blood.
The sad thing for all these actors in this movie is that they were deceived just like us. They really were. They thought they were going to film a pretty decent sort of suspenseful movie that had cool action, and they had the chance to, go and be a part of a pretty popular movie nowadays. And it was just absolutely deceiving and just bad.
The only thing that Sony understands is making video games. They do not know how to make a film with these characters. They don't know how to share these characters with Marvel. The whole thing with Adrian Toomes completely retcons what happened in No WayOme with Tom Hardy. Because at the end, he goes back to his universe. So why the hell is Adrian Toomes still there? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And I haven't seen it yet, but the director apparently knows it's so confusing that he did an interview and explained
he spoiled it before the movie even came out.
So I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
You watched it?
I read about it.
I'm gonna have to see that, because I didn't get it.
I'm not even looking forward to the Kraven the Hunter movie or whatever they do with Sinister Six, because it's just gonna be embarrassing. It's
just gonna be another movie where it's all over the place. They're going to try to incorporate some cool action, and then the plot's probably going to be horrible again. That's the truth, man.
And I feel bad because odds are it's going to be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and he deserves way better, and I kind of hope he doesn't do it. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a shitty Sinister Six movie. I just don't.
The reason I say these actors are deceived, because think about how actors make a film. So they've seen all different scenes at different times. They probably think like, oh, this is great comedic timing. It's going to add to the movie. This scene right here where we're being serious and then there's fighting, this is going to add to the movie. And then it's like taking a little kid that was putting together a puzzle and force the pieces together of the puzzle, and the puzzle just looks totally stupid after.
Mm-hmm. And what is it with Sony putting in these cheesy dancing scenes? The dancing, it reminded me of Spider-Man 3 with Tobey.
Yeah, I really don't understand
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny.
And it was random.
It was cringy. Yeah, that's the most important thing. It was random. It had no purpose at all. Like, none.
I didn't get it.
He was a strange character, dude.
Like, it would have been more creepy if, like, he was just, like, chilling at home, like, cause he had a martini earlier in the movie, but, it would have been more creepy if it was, like, filled with blood and, like, he was just, like, drinking. Like, I would have rather something like that.
Yeah.
I mean...
And, like, we already talked about this, but, like, the fact that he turns evil like that and kills his life partner, doctor, that's been helping him survive all these years, it's just like, oh, no, I hate you. You're holding me back. What?
Yeah. It's sad when you anticipate a movie, you're very excited that it's going to be decent. It seems like they postpone it and they keep pushing it back, and then they release it and it ends up being a total piece of shit. That's when I'm like...
Got some big Last Jedi vibes.
Oh, yeah.
As far as, like, a horrible movie that I regret seeing.
Yeah.
I was literally checking the time.
Yeah, I checked my watch many times to see, like, all right, I have about 20 minutes left.
Honestly, I literally thought about asking you guys, like, y'all want to just walk out of here? That way we can, like, go just do the video. Because, like, it really wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
We can't even talk about plot because there isn't one. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if we didn't see the last 30 minutes, we could have said about the movie how bad it was.
Yeah. What would y'all rate it?
Horrible.
Yeah, I'm giving it
burnt.
completely burnt.
To a crisp, man.
Burnt popcorn.
I mean, this popcorn has been in it's still in the microwave, honestly.
You forgot about it because you fell asleep within the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, guys, just wait if you want to watch it. Do not spend your money.
Don't even wait. Just watch the trailer or watch this review. Watch the review.
I mean, so there you have it. That's our rating on Morbius. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Sony doesn't know what they're doing.
Sorry, bro.
I mean, it is what it is. Let us know how y'all feel. Please comment. We really want to know how y'all feel about the movie. Like, subscribe, share the video. Helps out a lot. Until next time, take care.
That movie was Morbius. Straight up, bro.